Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Sound Disclosure. I have a new chair.
Sound Disclosure.
On this week's episode we're talking about hashtag Save Nightlife, the tragic passing of Les McKeown, and an absolute pile of releases and gig announcements to get through, so let's get started.
Sound Disclosure.
Bay City roller and Scottish pop legend Les McKeown, known for his hits such as Bye Bye Baby and Shang-a-Lang, has passed away at the age of 65. Les was still regularly creating music up until this day, and more recently he released a Christmas single called Rock and Roll It's Christmas Time, which was written and produced by John McLaughlin and Mark McMurtry, the latter of whom actually produces Sound Disclosure, so there's a fact for you. The fans went on a campaign to give him one last number one, and his single Goodbye actually managed to reach number one in the Amazon pop charts. Les will be missed by family and friends alike. Some of you may be able to cast your minds back to 2019 when the HELLAMEGA tour was announced. The gig was due to take place in 2020, however the world, as you know, fell apart. So it was rescheduled for 2021 and the world is still falling apart. So it has been rescheduled again for the 29th of June 2022. You can catch Green Day, Fall Out Boy and Weezer at Bellewson Park in Glasgow. I would say tickets are available, but it literally sold out in 2019, so yeah. Sorry. Hashtag Save Nightlife. What is it? Hospitality leaders in Scotland are launching a court case to challenge the COVID restrictions in Scotland. It's a drastically different position up here in Scotland as opposed to England, where at the weekend just past, Blossoms performed to a 5,000 strong crowd at a government organised festival. So what exactly is going on in Scotland? Well, key industry hospitality leaders have voiced their support for the Nighttime Industries Association's announcement to take legal action over coronavirus restrictions that they say are no longer justifiable or proportionate, with the late night sector in particular being driven to the edge of insolvency and 40,000 jobs are at risk. Members of the group such as Don McLeod of CPL and the Cat House, as well as Mike Grieve of the Glasgow Sub Club, have stated that as other parts of the industry start to reopen, we're not even included in the dialogue about reopening at level 0. The Scottish Government continues to treat us with complete indifference. If you want to find out more and you want to support the movement, you can head on over to ntia.co.uk/hashtag Save Nightlife. Edinburgh indie rockers Vistas have announced a new album which is coming out on the 20th of August 2021 entitled What Were You Hoping to Find? The lads are following up the album release with a couple of shows at the Glasgow Barrowlands on the 1st and the 2nd of December 2021. Get your tickets! If you're into your prog metal, then Turbine are probably one of the bands you want to check out. On the 5th of March 2021 they released their second album, Arc, on Bandcamp. They've since followed that up with a full release on all streaming services on the 16th of April, so yes, I highly recommend you go check out Arc by Turbine. On the topic of second albums, Colonel Mustard and the Dijon 5 have released their own second album called The Difficult Number 2.
Wait, is that a poop joke?
The Festival Party Animals released the album on the 30th of April, just a few days ago, so I highly recommend that you go check that one out too. Sticking with the 30th of April, Land of Rubbermen released their new song, Unwrapped. It's unclear if it's going to be part of an EP or an upcoming album, the guys are remaining quite tight-lipped about that, but believe me, I will find out. If you like hearing me say 30th of April, then I'm going to say it again, because on the 30th of April, Baby Strange released their new EP, Land of Nothing. The EP received critical praise from the likes of Upset Magazine and DIY, and the lads are supporting the launch of this new EP with a UK tour throughout October, November and December. Moving on from the 30th of April, which I bet you're all glad about, Swim School have got a release coming out on the 7th of May called Outside, and if you haven't already, jump on their socials, get the pre-save links and get it done. Today I caught up with one half of Glasgow pop punkers Misplaced. Kyle and Kenny spoke to me about the release of the most recent single on the 30th of April. Fate and Fairy Tales with Say We Can Fly. We also spoke about the recent signing to We Are Triumphant record label, and we spoke about what's next for Misplaced. Check it out. Congratulations on the release of the last single, by the way, Fate and Fairy Tales. It sounds really, really good. It's a bit of a sonic departure from your kind of usual sound. The question is, what's the story behind the softer sounding single, and of course the excellent feature of Say We Can Fly?
So me and Kenny, we just sat and wrote Fate and Fairy Tales just on acoustic guitar,
Right.
and just banged that one out, and it went really well. And then once we had signed to the label with that song, because it was a homespun kind of thing, we weren't entirely sold on our. Like we thought we could do it better, like because we just done it ourselves and we've not got the greatest experience like recording, but we can kind of give it a shot. So we decided to re-record it with Mark McMurtry. And we went in, recorded the track to a higher standard, and then we took it to Say We Can Fly, which the label hooked us up with. And that's kind of how the magic happened.
Yeah, he done the mix, he done the master, he done the beat as well before it was just the guitar and the vocal. So it did change quite a bit from the version that we sort of released last April.
You've recently signed to We Are Triumphant, the record label. How did that come around, and what benefits are you guys seeing from being a signed band in this era where really a lot of people are trying to be self-released?
Well, they initially approached us in about September last year after we put out Fuck That I'm Alright for the first time. Yeah, they got in touch and things kind of just happened really quickly. Probably the biggest benefits that we've seen from it is just working in like a team of people that are actually trying to like make our ideas happen proactively and also adding their own ideas. It's a lot easier than just like us, the band, trying to push things forward. It can make things a lot easier and a lot more efficient when you've actually got a team, like people going to bat for you that have got industry expertise as well. So it was something that we were really pleased with.
So lastly, what is the future for Misplaced?
Well, a lot that we probably can't talk about yet, but just briefly speaking, I mean, we've got more collabs coming. We've already started working on the next full body of work, so it won't be too long.
Sadly, Stan and Cartman couldn't make the interview, but Kyle and Kenny, thanks very much, boys. I wish you all the best.
Sound disclosure.
Now we're on to the gig section of the show, where I'm going to report to you about all the gigs, I guess, that have been announced. Makes sense. Skippinish, who are set to play Butt Park, B-U-G-H-T. I don't know if I'm saying that right. However, they were supposed to play a park in Inverness and City Park in Stirling in 2020. Of course, COVID kind of intervened in that one. It's been moved to 2021, but again, the gig's been rescheduled because of the uncertainty surrounding everything at the moment. So now, the big gig that Skippers were set to play has been scheduled for Inverness on the 2nd of July and in City Park in Stirling on the 20th of August 2022. Carrying on from that, Joseph has announced that he's playing La Belle in Jail on the 10th of October in Edinburgh, and following that he's going to be headlining the Barrowlands on the 22nd of October 2021. A gig on the Goyle, the festival which normally takes place on the west coast of Scotland just outside Loch Goylehead, is going digital for the weekend of 8th and the 9th of May on Facebook and YouTube. You can watch artists such as Trail West, Herne Valley, Fraser McLean, Clara and Druma, all from the comfort of your own home for free. However, they're asking if you can make a donation to the charity Tiny Changes, then please to do so. Lastly, in the gig section we have Gun, who have rescheduled their UK tour for December 2021. The tour kicks off in Bath on the 1st, the guys have a homecoming show in the Barrowlands on the 11th of December, and they finish it in Brighton on the 19th. Thanks for tuning in again, folks. As always, like, comment and subscribe, because if you don't, it kind of defeats the purpose of me doing this and becomes a little bit pointless if no one's watching. However, if you did find out something new, a new bit of information or a new artist that you want to go check out from this show, then, you know, I'm doing the job right. So thank you. See you next time.
Sound disclosure.